Coming up next, Ik Yang against Patomsuk Pathompothong for the IBF light welterweight title eliminator bout. Yang is undefeated as a pro with 1 no contest. Pathompothong 32-1 with 18 knockouts. The former IBF Pan Pacific Junior welterweight champion who made 7 successful defenses of that title. Not a major title, but certainly a title. Let's go to the weigh-in yesterday here at the Venetian Macau. And we had a good talk with Pathompothong, nice young man. And Ik Yang just eked through on the scale. He got to 140. He had a little bit of trouble making weight. We did not see him during the day. He was running around the building somewhere trying to shed those last couple calories.
And he got him off, so it was 140, and he fights here tonight. He's quite a personality, Ik Yang. But the thing is that he wants to prove that he's just as good a fighter as he has a personality. But he, as we talked to Freddie Roach about him, Freddie, first thing he said, well, he's a character, Ik Yang. and he says, in fact, I quit about every other day training Ik Yang and turn him over to Justin Fortune, but he always comes back.
And Justin wants to quit every day, right?
But he's done all the tasks in the ring of him so far at 18-0. By virtue of the records, this stacks up as a really good fight.
Good look at Cotai Arena, which has hosted 2 Manny Pacquiao fights. One against Brandon Rios, one against Chris Algieri.
And Top Rank already has plans to be back here again in July, Bruce. And in fact, before then, they will be bringing a fight card to Shanghai as well in April.
Getting ready for the walks here, Ik Yang and Patomsuk Pathompothong of Thailand.
It's a lot of letters. And here he comes.
Patomsuk Pathompothong, 32-1 with 18 KOs from Thailand, number 6 ranked in the IBF at 140 pounds. Former Asian Boxing Council welterweight and super welterweight champion, and the IBF Pan Pacific Junior welterweight champion. A lot of experience, 168 rounds, trying to move up into the ranks to get a real title shot.
Has fought almost all of his fights in Thailand, his native country, and this is his first time fighting in Macau. So this is it's a big experience for him. He knows he's on a big stage here tonight with a lot of fans watching, not only in this arena, but around the world.
Biggest fight of my life, Pathompothong said yesterday. He says, there's really no pressure on me because I don't understand what the Chinese are saying. Which was a pretty good line.
Yeah, well, maybe that's why he says he's not nervous. You can't understand what anyone's saying about him.
He knows Yang's a good boxer, and he's excited about his first opportunity here in Macau. And there is Ik Yang, who hasn't been seen much the last couple days because he's been shedding weight. Born in South Korea. His home is China now. Ranked number 10 by the IBF at 140 pounds. The former South Korean lightweight champion. Also the IBF Pan Pacific Super Lightweight champion. And the WBO Asia Pacific Lightweight champion. You want to talk about alphabet soups, there's a lot of subgroups that make it even more complicated.
Well, he has an interesting story. Grew up on a farm. His dad was a farmer. Went into the city one time, as the story is told, and was told us by his coach, Freddie Roach. And he was at a bar, and he punched out, as Freddie characterized it, the wrong guy. And he was a little concerned after finding out it was the wrong guy.
Here's the tail of the tape for this IBF light welterweight title eliminator. Undefeated Yang.
And as you see, the numbers are pretty close in this fight. From age, height, weight, reach, there's not much to choose statistically between the two, but Patompothong has a couple of inches in reach that might come into play here tonight.
This one is scheduled for 12 for the formal introductions. Let's go to Michael Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, from the Venetian Macau Resort Hotel, the action continues, and it's all brought to you by Bob Arum's Top Rank Incorporated, Foreman Boys Promotions, and Seca, with sponsorship from the Venetian Macau, Sands China Limited, Tecate Con Correcta, Anta, and Beats by Dre. The three judges at ringside for this contest will be William Ray, Ben Keelty, and Katsuki Nakamura. And inside the ring, in charge of the action at the bell, your referee, Eddie Claudio. And now, 12 rounds of boxing. This is a special International Boxing Federation eliminator in the light welterweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing yellow with red, official weight 139 1/2 pounds. As a professional, 30 victories, including 18 wins by knockout, only 2 defeats with 1 draw. From Kalasin, Thailand, here is Patomsuk, Pathompothong. And his opponent fighting out of the red corner, wearing yellow with white, officially weighing in at 140 pounds. As a professional, 18 victories, including 13 wins by knockout, 1 no contest. From Dalian, China, the undefeated Ik Yang.
One second. Pato. Let's go. Okay, this is the line right here, okay? Give me a good, clean fight, okay? Obey my commands at all times. Touch them up. Back to your corners.
Eddie Claudio, third man in the ring for this IBF light welterweight title eliminator. Patomsuk, Pathompothong against Ik Yang.
And just to finish that story about Yang, after clocking that guy in the bar, he went away to Korea for a couple of years, came back, and just to prove that he clocked the wrong guy, they arrested him when he came back to China. Had to spend a little time behind bars, but he's out and fighting and making a lot of friends now.
This crowd very, very knowledgeable. They're quiet until they see action, and then they get loud. I've been told that over the years here in Macau, they get much more enthusiastic than they used to.
Right. In the very early cards here, it was really silent in here. But that has changed.
Doubling up with a jab, Ik Yang here in the first round. Lunging with the right hand. I don't know how much that got through.
The thing about Ik Yang is he can punch. There's no doubt about it. He can punch with either hand.
Oh, right hand there by Yang. He's got the smile on his face.
Oh,
Rich.
yeah. He's already playing to the fans. He's a showman. You should have seen him at the press conference, folks, this week. He got up in front of that microphone and at that podium, and he started yelling and having fun, and the mostly Chinese contingent of media was rolling in the aisles, but I was just laughing at his expressions and how forceful he was. He was having a great time.
Something from a bygone era where guys were total showmen at press conferences. Yang again gets through with the right hand. And when Yang comes with that jab, coming with the double jab, Yang's quick. Pathompothong's got to figure out a way to deliver some blows, not going backwards. And Yang switches from southpaw back to orthodox fighting, and Fred Roach says that he doesn't even know if he's a lefty or a righty.
He said they were debating it in the camp the other night.
That stiff jab got through, and then Yang kind of carried his opponent around the ring before getting warned by Eddie Claudio.
I think Patompothong is a little surprised at the unusual nature of the Ik Yang attack.
Oh, look at Ik Yang now trying to encourage him to come in and lands the right hand. That was a big one. Pathompothong is just not able to get off. Yang's quickness, a big factor here in this first round.
Big chanting for Ik Yang as the first round comes to an end, and quite a round to be sure.
Dominant round for Yang. He's 18-0, perfect. As a look at his corner group: Freddie Roach, Sheng Li, Miguel Diaz.
It's Marvin Samodio out in front of him right now.
หลับตาหลับตาลองจิ้มฝาตรงไปด้วยนะไม่ต้องตกใจนะเอาไปมือสูงขาแคบๆย่อเข้าไปย่อเข้าไป
Well, I don't know what Patompothong was expecting, but I don't think it was that in round one from Ik Yang.
It was a barrage right from the outset. Little warning for Eddie Claudio to Pathompothong about using his head. As we move to the second round, Ik Yang dominated the first. And now Pathompothong at least got a punch off. He's got to figure out a way to be a little more aggressive or to stop the onslaught of Yang.
Patompothong is he has a nice style, really. I mean, his stance is very good. He has good technique, but obviously Ik is very unusual in the way that he fights. And we'll see if Patompothong can figure him out. He's got a lot of experience, and you heard Bruce refer to all the titles that he's won. Minor titles, not world titles, but he has fought a good level of competition.
Pathompothong went to the stomach there, which was a good move. If he can go to the body, maybe he can slow down the quicker Ik Yang. And the ref's going to have his hands full in this fight.
Yeah, because Yang, it looks like, is looking to rough him up when they get close.
Yang trying to load up on that right hand. Just holding, playing a little game with him, trying to play a little bolo with that right hand. And he sneaks in a jab. There's a right.
Patompothong is so orthodox, and Ik Yang is not. He is really unusual in terms of his style.
Pathompothong looks rigid next to the antics of Yang, who now switches to southpaw. Watch him, will quickly go back to orthodox. There he does. Now back to southpaw.
Remember, he's got power in both hands, so it doesn't hurt him as much to change as it might some other fighters.
Body blow by Pathompothong. And that's really been the only punch he's been able to get through. And there's some blood now coming down the face of Ik Yang.
Patompothong he looks uncomfortable in there. I'm sure he's never seen anything like this style. He has a great record, but this is just unusual what he's seeing in front of him.
And he's seeing a guy switch from southpaw back to orthodox, throwing some jabs, then loading up on a right hand, mixing up things beautifully.
Yeah, whirlwinding bolo punches, smiling at him.
It's confusing.
Yeah. Ik Yang is giving him the whole treatment.
The only question is that looks like there's a gash just off the left eyebrow of Ik Yang, so that could be a concern as we complete the second round.
หลับตาหลับตาหลับตาสบายนะจิ้มหน้าอกมันนะยัดนำก่อนยัดนำก่อนยัดเดินเข้าไป
And there's a look at the wife of Zhou Shiming. That is Ran Yingying. And she is the wife of a superstar right now in China. Doing commercials with LeBron James. Part of a movie set. Showing up on the last Transformers. Being the wife of a star, you know, it's pretty cool.
Yes, it is. You know, what's interesting is it seems like his coach, Freddie Roach, is about as big a rock star as is Zoe.
Well, they fixed up that cut, which is just above the left eye of Yang.
You know, I think he's a guy who himself, while his corner or the doctor might be concerned, he wouldn't be concerned with a cut.
Pathompothong, if he could just start throwing jabs, at least he went to the body there. Now he's thrown 4 or 5 punches without Yang answering. See, that's what Pathompothong's got to do. And then Yang puts on a little bit of an exhibition again.
Bruce, do you remember Jorge Paez?
Yes.
I think we're seeing the channeling of Jorge Paez here tonight. Jorge Martin, who's such a showman.
Combination by Yang.
But Yang, he wants to be a terrific fighter. He said, at the press conference, one thing I did understand him say is, my life is here, meaning the ring. My life is fight. That's what he wants to really be known for.
That's a good straight right hand by Yang. Pathompothong started this round nicely, and now he's eating some leather. Punctuated by that right hand. He's landed a couple in the last 15, 20 seconds. Another one.
Get a guy this unusual, though, you don't prepare for it. It's impossible to find guys who will prepare you correctly to fight, because this is a guy, if you bend to your left, you're expecting him to throw a punch a certain way, he's going to do things just exactly the opposite.
Pathompothong keeps those gloves up high, but Yang finds a way to penetrate them. A minute to go in round 3. This is the IBF light welterweight title eliminator between Pathompothong and Yang. Now Pathompothong gets aggressive, and Yang plays the role of counterpuncher. And now Yang showing some footwork.
It's not real encouraging when your opponent's out there laughing.
I mean, he's putting on a show for himself. He's also putting on a show for the crowd here. But you're right, not fun to fight a guy like this. Overhand right by Pathompothong. Got a late punch there. Not as explosive of a round by Yang, but still decidedly taking that round too. So Rich, thus far I'm pitching a shutout.
I agree.
Here.
There's that cut that Ik Yang suffered in the second round. A look at some of our knockouts. And that's what Yang is thinking about, a knockout. But along the way, he wants to put on a show.
Of course, he has suffered that cut, and so now the man in the ring with him is the cut man extraordinaire, Miguel Diaz, rather than Marvin Somodio, who was there early in the fight.
And now the referee, Eddie Claudio, is taking time Keep an eye on that cut. Miguel Diaz did a good job in that last round getting that eye closed nicely. Right hand landed by Pathompothong. And now he goes to the body. Not a bad idea.
Because he wants to try to slow down. Young's has had a lot of energy. And again, you know, because it gives him so much movement and so many weird looks, it might actually be easier for him to utilize.
Oh, there's a takedown. A little bit of wrestling thrown in there. No knockdown, just a wrestling move by the two guys. The referee's going to have to keep an eye on this one. And an uppercut by Pathompothong off the little bit of a clinch. But I agree, Rich. I think Pathompothong's got to be aggressive and take a chance here. Because backing up, he's got no shot.
And this guy just doesn't react in normal ways when you're fighting him. So you're going to have to. You see, everything is a little unusual that Young gives them. Whether they're in close or at long range.
I still think you'd like to see Young countering versus taking the lead if you're his opponent. Right hand got through by Pathompothong. A little better round for him here.
Yeah, he may be figuring Young out, and you know, Eagles also might be not quite as energetic as he was earlier. If he starts to tire, and remember this is a 12-round fight, he's got a long way to go.
Ike Young has never fought a 12-round. And Pathompothong is 2-0 in 12-round bouts.
I think the fight is turning around a little in this round.
Still a minute to go, but Pathompothong has had the better of the action in the first 2 minutes. And he's keeping Young away. Right hand landed by Ike Young.
Patompothong really has not deviated in style, but he has seemed to figure Ike out a little bit, which is enabling him to utilize his own style better.
I agree. It's been a much better round for him. Young might be a little bit tired. Or he might be taking a little breather. Another right hand got through by Pathompothong, who has his best round of the fight, looks enthused as he comes off after the 4th round. So out of nowhere, Pathompothong gets back in this fight.
That cut is looking pretty bad in the corner. Vertical cut. Patompothong did better, although he got hit with that punch side of the head. But during the course of the round, he was able to land some combinations, was able to find a more normal pace at his usual style. Patompothong getting a real earful in his corner. I think they're excited there. They feel that maybe they've turned things around.
Okay, let's go, guys. Let's go.
Bruce Beck and Rich Barada with you. This is round 5. Patomsuk, Pathompothong, and Ike Yang for the IBF light welterweight title, actually an eliminator fight, not for the title. And again, Eddie Claudio wants to have a look at that cut. And this time he forgot the mouthpiece. So not the cut. They were so concerned with the cut that they forgot the mouthpiece.
Patompothong, he looks really enthusiastic now, you know. I mean, he's got a pretty good bruise on his left cheek.
Might be less worrisome than the cut that Young had. Round 5, still a long way to go in this 12-round battle. Pathompothong is showing some confidence.
I'm looking over at his corner. They're jumping up and down over there, Patompothong, clapping their hands, and they feel good about it.
And that right hand is getting through to the stomach. And those punches will last into the wee hours of the morning if you throw enough of them. So all of a sudden, Yang is doing some dancing, but not throwing punches. And Pathompothong back to the stomach, continuing to work the body. Overhand right by Pathompothong.
And Patompothong is beginning to reach him with jabs with regularity. And that could spell real difficulty for Ik Yang.
Yang goes to the body. Now he goes upstairs. Yang coming to life a little bit. Yang lands a right hand. Another right by Yang. And this is where Pathompothong got himself in trouble in the early rounds, up against the ropes.
Yang coming in, picks up momentum on
Oh, that right hand really got through. And a left hook. He got Pathompothong off his feet there a little bit. Yang with an uppercut. Trying to finish him off in that corner. Another right hand. Combinations.
Surge of adrenaline going through Yang right now.
10 seconds to go in the round. A left hook lands by Yang. Pathompothong trying to hang on for dear life. And he gets out of the round.
Wow, he was in real trouble. And he staggers back to his corner on unsteady legs.
What an end to that round. Yang out of nowhere with a flurry. Zhou Shiming looking calm and collected in his dressing room as he prepares for Not Ruinrong, who holds the title in the IBF World Flyweight Division. It's Ruinrong against Shiming tonight. It's coming up. Shiming looking for his first pro title. Ruinrong on enemy turf, but pretty good record. 14-0. 5 knockouts. There's the wife of Shiming, Ran Ying Ying.
Come on, man.
Again, a good job in the corner by Miguel Diaz, getting Ik Yang's cut, that vertical cut on the left eyelid area. It's actually the left eyebrow. And he closes it up pretty good again.
Ik Yang has to apologize to the referee here. He made the throat cut, the slit move, and told him to get out to center ring.
Pathompothong starting off this round the way he started off the last with his right hand. But Yang wakes up a little bit earlier.
Was the 60 seconds plus the 10 that started this round enough for him to recover that? Because he was in a bad way at the end of that round.
What's he doing now? Runs in and throws a wild left.
He's pulling out the old Jersey Joe Walcott stuff.
And that blood quickly starts to run down the face of Yang. Got to be careful it doesn't fall into the eye. It's a pretty nasty gash. Solid punch by Yang. Left hand, right hand. The right hand punctuated that combination.
The the thing with Ike Young, because Patompothong really seemed to be taking control, but he's got the punch. He's heavy-handed, Ike Young.
A right hand got through.
Referee might be ready to stop
Look
it.
at that combination, and it's over. Eddie Claudio jumps in. He had seen too much. And Ike Young, in this 6th round, put together a flurry of punches that was impressive, to say the least.
Wow. This guy, in addition to being a fine fighter, an undefeated fighter, he is marketable for 2 reasons.
He's crazy.
He's crazy, and he can punch.